all ties and scenarios possible here at the up and down matches for WCS Korea. We could even potentially have a five-way tie.
Yeah, exactly.
Very unlikely, but Color's going to tell you why.
Exactly. So, do you see it right in front of you? For a 5-way tie, all players need to end up with a 2-2 score. That would be the result if we have Shine winning 2 of his matches, the match against KangHo and also the match against Jagji. And if then Effort takes down Hurricane, then suddenly we have a 5-way tie, which means that we start the entire group all over again.
No, that's not actually what happens. What happens is we load up a 5-player free-for-all map and the last 2 players standing get into Kodes.
That would have a nice touch to it. I would actually really love that to happen. So if that's really the new rule, Wolf, you know something that I don't, then please make it happen.
I don't think the players would like that at all, but I think it would be really fun. How crazy would that be? The intensity of it's all onto one game. It's like super sudden death. And I thought about one way we redo the group and everybody plays with all their units on 50% health. That would be another interesting way to decide things in a quick and easy matter.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you can't really practice for something like this.
Yeah, not really. So what we're going to see right now is the Zerg versus Zerg between Shine and KangHo. And, Shine is the punching bag player so far. He's the sandbag player, and he needs to win both of these games to make the 5-way tie happen. KangHo, on the other hand, he has other plans. If he wins, he is not in Codes S, aka the WCS Premier League just yet. He will have a 3-1 in the group, but there could still be a couple of tiebreakers that would prevent him from going straight to the Premier League. But it would be a major step in the right direction.
Yep. Here we go. Zerg versus Zerg, not Shine's forte, especially not today. Here at the Up and Downs for WCS Korea.
Another Zerg versus Zerg, and starting to the bottom left of the map, we have the first one in this mirror match. Starting in blue is the player for Samsung Khan. It is
Samsung Khan Shine.
He's 0-2 in the group. He lost to Effort and he lost to Hurricane. Didn't take a single map today just yet. He needs to win 2 in a row if he really wants to make something happen today. He's up against the Zerg to the bottom right here on Newkirk. In red we have for Team LGIM
LGIM KangHo.
AK Lucira.
Pin is askew.
The man with a pin, the man with a twitch, and with the fastest finger in the Starcraft universe.
Fastest fingers in the world. In fact, this has not yet been disputed. I don't think anyone has said, well, he's pretty fast, but I think X player is faster. And you've recorded so many players that people consider to be fast, and it's almost like objectively true at this point that he is the fastest. He has the fastest hands.
Hey guys, if you want to check that out, I mentioned it earlier in one of our matches, but while we have the opening here just falling in front of us, you can jump to YouTube and you can look for Color TV there, or go straight to youtube.com/ColorTV. There's a playlist with first person with APM videos of players, and amongst others there are KangHo, there's Life, there's one of Flash, one of Innovation, one of Sound, who is really fast as well. You can have a look for yourself and see how they play their games. So of course also which kind of keyboards they use, what kind of mouse, what kind of setup they have. You can try to copy the setup that Flash has with his ruler. That's also on the table there.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to steal that ruler at some point. I have Stefano's old keyboard, I have Harding's old mouse, and at some point in this world I will have Flash's ruler.
When you become Voldemort, I know what all your Horcruxes are.
That's actually true. That is definitely going to be the case.
I'm like trying to kill you for some reason. I'm looking for parting.
Where is the ruler?
Where's the pink mouse of parting? Where would he have kept it? It's like in Iceland for some reason. I finally search for years. I find it. I throw it into a volcano so I can kill you.
Then I just need a mousepad as well. I need to, who has the most distinguished mousepad in pro gaming history?
That is a good question.
I actually don't know. Mousepads are something that people are not that passionate about, I feel. I don't think there are too many mousepads where you really look at it on the screen and you're like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah, I wonder about that. If you have a unique mousepad that you've noticed a programmer using, you should tweet it out as a counter Proxy Wolf.
I have the 5th Horcrux. It's going to be a mouse bungee.
A mouse bungee?
And I think I'm running out.
A golden one?
Maybe. I'm running out of options now, though. Those 5 items, I think that's kind of it.
Do you know who has Marine King's old CPL trophy? That was one item that floated around for so long.
The GOM house?
Yeah. Where is that? Is that one of the Horcruxes as well?
I have no idea. I don't know if you actually got it at some point. That trophy was in the GOM house for like the entire time when I was there. I don't know if he ever got it.
You know, the thing about this game is we basically have identical openings, the difference being that Shine squeezed out 2 extra drones when he was going for his hatch burst before he got a pool. And that's the difference here. The other difference is, of course, gas timings. As you can see, speed and a layer already on the way for Shine, whereas Lucira taking a little bit later of gases, and of course, there's a better mineral income as it is and more queens.
And Shine, with a really, really fast lag take here, is looking like he is ready to gamble a little bit once more.
He is a gambler. You know, not with money, but in Starcraft.
Yeah. And
I think Shine actually in his spare time just flips coins and looks at it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He finds it, you know, very exciting.
Here comes the Baneling Nest for him.
Yeah, Baneling Nest.
No,
just to be safe, I suppose.
I don't really think that he's gonna go for a lot of aggression with this.
He's gonna super fast speed Bane all in.
I kind of doubt a little bit, especially since we now see the second Spinecrawler coming up. I'd be very surprised to not see a Spire.
Spire it is.
There it is.
And, you know, we saw something really crazy with those rocks earlier. It was a tragedy what happened to those roaches, but if there are spore crawlers, those mutas are going to face an even more deadly and tragic fate at the hands of a spore crawler. It's like a spore crawler one-shots 2 mutalisks. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. It bounces. It's one of those rockets that actually connects them and just explodes. The more units there are, the bigger the bang.
Yeah.
Like in Ender's Game.
I'm actually excited for the movie. I know a lot of people are scared about it, but I'm so.
I'm really scared.
I'm scared, but I have to see it.
I read the book. I read Ender's Game and Ender's Shadow like I think 4 times or 5 times each. I listened to the audiobook 3 times, and I'm very, very, very scared for the movie because there's a lot to screw up and not a lot of things that you can do right.
Yeah. Well, I see what you're saying.
Guys, I think most of the people that are actually currently watching us have already read this book. Guys,
I hope so.
If you never read Ender's Game or Ender's Shadow, check out those books. Thank me later. We have the Spire now nearly completed, and we have, of course, also the first Mutalisks. Now, bam, there they are on the board. But the 1-1 upgrades, on the other hand, and the Scout in the main base, that will allow now KangHo not only to get his own Spore Crawlers up in time.
He has a lot of extra queens, including these 2, which will snipe an Overlord.
He saw that, right?
Yes, and he starts spores now.
Okay, I was really worried for
cutting some corners here, but you know he doesn't need them that fast for the first wave of mutas.
Oh yeah. He can definitely. I mean, he's building them as late as he possibly can, but he's getting them, and that will help him quite a lot. So for Shine, not the best start into the game.
Yeah, I really like KangHo's position right now because he has all the knowledge. One thing he also has, though, is a lot of stray Overlords. He has 3 of them on the map right now, 1 of them already being killed, and there are Zerglings looking for any other stray Overlords. He finds the 2 to the north, should be able to kill both of those as well, and that's exactly what he does, sends those. So that's 300 minerals already down the drain.
I would have preferred him to go into the Hydralis instead of the Infestation Pit right now, against what we have on the map, but still, it's whatever he does, it's definitely not wrong. We see him with a 1-1 upgrade already completed. He has a massive upgrade lead in this game. His third base is also quite safe.
He forgot about that other Overlord. Overlord lives to
fight another day.
To live to float and look disgusting in the top of the map and look at nothing because it can't scout anything for to give 10 supply for the rest of his life.
Okay, the Mutalisk just having a quick look. It's like, oh, look at that, a Spore Crawler. Nope, that's not going to happen.
Spore Crawler, look at that over there. We're not going to go anywhere near that ever. Transfusing drones, not a bad idea. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice moves here. Saving
Sick
a few,
moves.
only 1 Harvester killed. That was actually really cool by KangHo. And the Zerg for LGIM now with the 1-1 upgrades, he could actually engage those Zerglings. He definitely has the power. He can 2-shot a Link.
The concern with him, I think, is that the Mews are coming back, and he needs to hightail it out of there. He's going to lose 1 Roach, maybe 2.
Thanks to the armor upgrade, he can make that happen. He has +2 already started. Not the armor upgrade, though, but we have the first Infestors on the way.
Yeah, Infestors coming out here. Drone count even 53 to 53. I like the third base that Shine takes because it's on the left side where it's much harder for, you know, if KangHo attacks, he has to commit a lot more, and that's when the Mutalisks become a bigger problem. The fungal on the Infestors, rather, the fungal on the Mutas, it's just not something that's probably going to happen. The Mutas are much faster and harder to swarm, they're much more agile, and I don't think we're going to see that fungal, but once he starts to get the Hydros stand up and get Hydros out, they're going to be useful against any ground army that Shine has, which is already down on the upgrades.
One other thing that we have now as a result of the Mutalisks being used by Shine as an opener is that he has the map control in terms of Scout as well. He has Overlords everywhere, and he can get away with it since there is no anti-air on the active on the map for KangHo. So KangHo is really relying on those Infestors when it comes down to that. So the map vision definitely in favor of Shine. That's one of the advantages that he has with this build.
I like those Lings to the top right. As soon as KangHo moves out, he'll be scouted by all the Overlords, and the Lings will run into the natural, perhaps even get into the main base. Gotta be careful those Mutas, one gets shot down. One Swarm Host, you've seen one Swarm Host come out every now and then. In this case, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, the mighty Swarm Host, there it is.
He's gonna have to add some Locust firepower here.
That's the yin to the Infestors Yang.
Yeah. I never thought about it that way.
Both infestation bit units.
Yeah. Kind of like, no, yeah, that's the only one, yeah. No. The Corruptor is the yin to the Mutalisks is yang. There you go.
But that's forcing it, I feel.
It was forced, but you know, sometimes you have to force things. Here we go. Fungal?
Nope.
No. This is really good for Shine. Oh, he's very far behind in supply right now, but he's got so much of a bank. He's trying to decide exactly what he wants to build, I think.
Yeah, the Lings are already gone, and that didn't really open up a huge timing. But it bought Shine a bit of time. The KangHo currently has definitely a lead in the upgrades.
Look at the roach count.
If he moves out now, he can make that work. The most... This is... Whoa, that was close. But this is still the... that's the VIS, the very important Swarm Host. But I'm not quite sure what that's able to accomplish, the sole Swarm Host at the expansion.
It's good scouting, actually. I think, you know what? I'm thinking about it right now. And the Locusts are going to give him vision of anything that's coming. He can't use Overlords for that, and he can't use like a Roach or two. Oh, nice, he catches the Mutalisks. This is not really that big of a deal because the Mutalisks are not really a big concern for him anymore.
But that takes a little bit of the mobility away and also the potential counter-aggression. He has still the Roaches here, and the Roaches are scouted by one of the drones that allows him to walk back in time. Good fungal here with one of the Infestors. Loses his life because of it, but another fungal goes down. So he buys himself the time that he needs to get back with the units and make sure that this doesn't do too much damage.
Killing the Queens, though, a really great choice. This is going to affect his production at a time where he has a lot of bank that he wants to remax with, and he's not going to have the larva to do it. Shine is playing a really good game here.
Even using Burrow and keeping a few of the Roaches alive at the rest of the bases, especially at the natural.
Losira taking all the better fights when it comes to these trades, and now he has a window of time he can use, and I think he's got to go for it. He doesn't have a lot of injects.
What Losira doesn't use is his Evolution Chamber. I mean, call me crazy, but I think we do not have an armor upgrade for him, the second one.
Yeah, he's missing
I think he only has one armor. There comes the second.
Heard you.
Very late, and he doesn't have a Hive Tech on his way. With the resource that he has, he should definitely get that, or additional tech. He's trying to use that right now, but Shine is actually catching up in upgrades. He's on the same upgrade level.
Shine has Hydras and Losira does not. This is a big, big problem. He's also having to kill Roaches with drones, never ideal. This hatchery is forfeit, on the other hand. He will not be able to save that, but if he gets one fungal, he might be able to take the battle. Here we go!
Yeah,
Fungals are really good for Losira, in fact.
Wow, great fungal. A nice counter fungal by Shine, but Losira is going to town right now. The supply is much better for him. He's reinforcing as well, muscling his way through here. The hatch goes down. The Broodlings start to attack those few Infestors. They actually take down one. They nearly take down a second one. And it is KangHo who drops in supply.
He doesn't have larva. He's got a gas problem as well. But the missing larva is really an issue for him because he lost those queens. He's rebuilt them now. He did not have any Hydros in the fight. And to be totally frank, I feel like Shine has sealed the deal with this defense. Yes, he loses the hatchery. Yes, KangHo has a fourth hatchery up. But it's going to take him a very long time to rebuild this army. He lost a lot of Infestors.
He has the fourth base up though now, KangHo that is.
He
still has the bank. He needs the gas especially, and a fourth is already being built for Shine too. So in this particular scenario, it's going to be a very interesting game. KangHo needs to make something happen right now. He's falling a little bit behind his opponent. Keep in mind that Shine's life in this group is on the line here. If he doesn't win this map, then he is out.
Really, really important here. Here come the Roaches to the top right. And he snipes the Queen and will likely snipe the hatchery. KangHo deciding whether he wants to turn around or not. He decides no, he's going to keep the push going. He loses his hatchery, but he will kill this army.
Yeah, this army is going down. Most of the infestors are already dead meat, and here come those infested Terrans now trying to take part in the game. But still, KangHo is dropping in supply. And even though Shine is losing a fair amount of his army, he still has the better army supply.
Yep. And hatchery dead here. I feel like KangHo is kind of grasping at straws here. It's like he doesn't quite know what to do, because Shine is always one step ahead. He has the roaches, he's got them hidden, he's got them burrowed, he's got the run bys, and it's always like KangHo runs out into the middle of the road, and then he has to turn around because he's getting attacked, and then he defends, then he does it again. Shine comes in from behind. Shine is harassing him. He will hunt down these roaches, but is that really going to be enough to turn the game around? Because Shine has a 4th base up now.
KangHo needs to win. And even an Infestor being taken, oh my god, he gets another one maybe?
Yep,
yeah, he gets 2 Infestors for the Roaches. That's alright, that's the best trade that he could hope for. And suddenly a reinforcement with the Hydralisks. Even though KangHo in overall supply is now a tiny little bit ahead of his opponent, without a 4th base, without that economy, I don't know.
I think there's a burrowed roach at the 4th base for KangHo as well, so he can't retake it without bringing an Overseer and a few units there.
This is KangHo's last chance. He needs to win this fight.
Yeah, this is the only thing he can hope for.
If he doesn't win the fight, then he is falling too far behind, and he has mainly roaches. There's so much DPS in those Hydralisks. 26 Hydras, 36 roaches against 63.
It's a blunt roach force army. I mean, he's just going to attack with roaches, and then also a few more roaches.
They don't have the range. They just don't have the range. It's all about the position here. And here we go. A nice concave here that we have for Shine, and he's moving in. Shine is killing a lot of KangHo's army here. The Hydra's really coming through, but the roach force is... I don't know. I just don't think it's going to work.
I don't think so, man. He's trying to push through here. He gets the distance on those Hydras. He closes the gap.
He's actually focused down every single Hydralisk.
But he's going to lose the Infestors. Nice
burrow here.
Yeah, and he actually saves them for now.
But he's falling behind in overall supply.
He doesn't have
still
a
on
4th.
3 bases against 4. Exactly. The economy is just so much better. I loved how he actually focused down all the Hydralisks, but it's just he is running out of steam.
Yeah. It's actually a miracle he's been able to live this long after being behind for so long. He takes good engagements. He's showing that if you do have a pure Roach army against Hydras, if you can close the gap, you can fight it. But the reinforcements are the problem, because there's just way too much economy, there's way too much larva, the bank that he built up. He's now 20 supply ahead, continuing to build a bank by having that 4th hatchery.
Shine has to do a single thing, that's wait until he's maxed out again and then move in and take it.
Would be incredible if KangHo was able to win this game.
Oh, that would be amazing. If he is able to somehow get back into this game, I don't know how it would be possible, maybe forcing his opponent into a good choke point where the added Hydralisks don't really matter all that much, or getting like a surround or a good flank, something like this. That might be one scenario. I like the fungal here as a detection,
yeah,
so that he can get those double bases, but now that we are nearly 200 supply, it's time for Shine to move across the map. And this is KangHo. Be careful with the rocks.
Be careful with those rocks when we've seen some tragedy earlier today.
We've seen crazy stuff. Yeah, KangHo, he has to defend against this now, and that is not going to be easy.
I have to say, Shine is really bad at this matchup, and also, he's not capitalizing on his lead here. And Lucira, on the other hand, has remaxed. He's double expanding, faster.
No bank, though.
No bank, that's true. Will he get the concave? He botches a fungal.
Yeah,
that second one a little bit better.
That second one a little bit better indeed. Here comes the counter fire, catching a few of those infestors, and here we go. We have Roach Hydra versus Roaches, and this is a pretty big battle with no reinforcements available for KangHo, but Shine has a massive back and he's using it. But KangHo is trying to push through, but he's just dropping way too fast in supply.
Look at the production tabs, 26 roaches at a time versus 10. You can already tell who's going to win the game in the later stages if it comes to it. There's also a snipe on this new 4th base. Will he cancel it? He's going to try to save it. It's not going to happen.
No, this is definitely not going to happen. The hatch goes down. A 40 supply lead nearly for Shine at this point. KangHo is down in economy. He is down in supply. And the remax is just so easy for Shine since he has the better income. That 4th base that we have now in the middle of the map for KangHo gives him a tiny hope. But he needs to win a big battle.
Yeah. And another Roach Burrow to deny the rebuild. This time he has to send this time he's using an Overseer. He's not going to use another fungal because he needs every fungal he can get against the next wave of units that come across the map. I have to say, though, Shine is really struggling to sign his death warrant here. He's basically just playing with his food right now. It may be time to slit the throat here.
I would actually like him to go into the Hive Tech, even if it's only for 3-3. It's an investment that he could have made already.
Actually, that's a really good point.
I mean, he wanted to... I feel he didn't do it because he thinks like, okay, I'm already so far ahead with an economy. I should just win that over the numbers game. We have him with a
I don't know about this.
into Locust. I mean...
It could work. I mean, I think what he's trying to say here is, I want to play the safest game possible. There's no way I'm going to walk into your army and die because I mismicroed or you got good fungals.
That's a really interesting tech switch. I mean, that's something that you can definitely do, especially when we have more and more mined-out bases. Locusts, as they are free units, will become more valuable. But I'm still a little bit surprised to see that transition for him happening without even trying to go into high for 3-3.
Speaking of free units, I don't think KangHo realizes there are infested Terrans killing his drones. He does now, pulls them away for a second. There's a little bit of an annoying harassment here.
Swarmos and Locusts, of course, benefit from the upgrades that you get for your roaches anyway, so that's why it kind of works, and there's a nice symbiosis between it, but I would like to see the 3-3. I think that would just be, in the long run, the better option for him. But if you have the Swarm Host, and especially with the bases now more centralized, more to the middle, you can make those Locusts really work. And he's spine-crawlering up. He wants to play the most safest game possible.
Yeah.
That gives KangHo the opportunity to come back.
It does. That's why I don't really like it. And he traps the Infestors on the right side. The Roaches here for Lucera, definitely getting the better parts of the trade. The Infested Terrans go down first as well. This is his chance. This is his moment. He's got the surround on the Infestors at the back.
He gets a lot of those, and now suddenly it is actually Shine who drops in supply. He didn't seal the deal. He didn't get a huge advantage, and now it is KangHo who moves in, using Burrow as a... Getting all of the Infestors. He moves in and
Every
takes them.
single one.
Oh my god, this is a 30 supply lead suddenly for KangHo, moving into the natural, using Burrow to his advantage to get the hit points up again.
Oh my god, beautiful comeback here. Patient play, knowing that maybe, just maybe, he takes the one engagement that wins him the game. Drones off the line here.
It's not over yet, though.
It's not over yet. He's on the run. His Infestors are on the run here. He doesn't have an Overseer nearby to detect them if they go into Burrow mode, and that's exactly what he does after he drops 2 fungals.
We have at the same time also reinforcements now coming in, of course, and to the top left there is, to the top right there is another base now being built. So KangHo is suddenly back to business, and why? Because Shine was being a little bit too sloppy here, was trying to just give his opponent, or he was trying to get into a very safe game where he crawlers up and goes into a tech transition instead of just getting better upgrades out, and that gave KangHo the time to make this happen.
This is like one of those moments where the bad guy has his monologue where he's just talking to himself. Essentially, the guy's like tied up and he's like, "You should have killed me when you had the chance."
There is one of those lists out there, the Evil Overlord list, where there are a lot of mistakes that you can make when you are an Evil Overlord, and Shine should read it.
Yep. Well, this is it's quite amazing. The game is not over yet. I mean, you look at the lead that KangHo has now, and it looks quite trivial compared to the lead that we saw earlier, but still. Comebacks have happened. They are happening right now. One Infestor gets sniped. Oops.
Yeah. 3 Infestors. Nice. And he just moves in. He tries one. Oh, and his own Infestors actually survive. At least most of them getting good fungals here. Splitting that army. The rest of the Infestors now on the move. And once again, Shine is caught in a really awkward spot here.
KangHo is walking circles around Shine right now. Spineclaw is to the right helping out a little bit, but he's been totally outmaneuvered. He's down 40 supply. He's losing all of his roaches. And Shine losing this game means he is out of the group.
He can't afford to lose it. He
cannot
needs to
afford
win
to
it, but
lose
he's
it.
suddenly 50 supply behind. Shine, how did you get into this position? KangHo with all the time in the world to just start his comeback. Shine, I feel Shine looked at the game and was like, okay, how do I win this? I'm ahead, I know, but how do I actually win it?
Yeah, to be totally honest, that was my thoughts. In that moment, I paused and said, well, he's really bad at this matchup. It's because it was starting to show. It's like he didn't know what the next step was. it's like he doesn't play late game very often. That's what it looks like here.
And suddenly he is on the run, and KangHo, he makes him run. He puts him once again into the spot. Now the Spine Crawlers can help out, but Lucira, he doesn't give a damn anymore. He just moves in. He takes everything out. He has the Overseer. He takes down those Locusts as well. He goes to town on the Swarm Host, and only Spine Crawlers are left. A 30 supply lead still. He needs to back off once more, but still he has a good economy now, and the bases for Shine are starting to deplete.
The gas bank that that you see here for Shine is because his mineral patches are low. He would love to spend the gas, but he's running out of minerals.
He doesn't know that there's a base.
He has no idea.
He saw creep, but he does not know that there's a base. He would have used a few units just as a run-by, I feel. But I don't even think it's going to matter in the end.
I don't think so either. He's out of mineral patches. He's had his bases for longer, and that, in the end, actually works against him here because KangHo has the money now. He has the same bases later, and they're giving him money right now, and right now is when it matters. He has to be very careful.
Oh, the roaches to the top in the center.
Oh, Infested Terrans. He's going to kill the base.
Yeah, he's going to get this
He's going to get it. Nice.
Nice.
What a crazy game here, and he's going for the counterattack down here to the south. That gas income is actually very important for KangHo right now, and his drones are going to the wrong place as well.
Shine looked dead, and now suddenly he is the one who's pushing back in. He sees the base to the top right. He saw that too. He goes for the counter aggression. KangHo looked like the sure winner, but suddenly it's another comeback. This game is starting to get crazy.
It's really crazy. Nice pullback on that Infestor to save it. Don't think he needs to fungal this. I thought he was about to. Whoa! Alright, so let's look at the bank here. It's better now for Shine.
The problem is that KangHo does not know about the space at the center bottom.
Yeah. And he's starting to get worn down here again.
This game is insane. Shine should have won it earlier. Then KangHo was in a position where it looked like, okay, can he lose this? And well, now that Shine has started another comeback, it seems like he might actually still be losing it. KangHo, that is. But now those Infestors are finally caught. At least 2 of them.
Yep, the roaches here caught as well. And for one moment here, Shine is not attacking anywhere on the map. He's been doing that for quite some time. He still has that roach over there. That's one of those bases that eventually, once KangHo gets that base, he's going to have a lot of extra income because all the patches are pretty full. The gas geysers are pretty full as well. I'm liking this game, man. It's pretty back and forth. It's a little bit scrappy.
It's actually a little bit insane what we are seeing here right now. This is just blow for blow and still no vision on that map. You know, if he really looks carefully at the minimap, then he sees that there's a little bit of creep. But in this scenario, if you're 35 minutes into the game, you don't see that. You need a unit there.
He's sending a changeling right now. The changeling will go and see it. Yeah, and now he sees it. He knows.
Now he knows, okay, this makes a lot more sense to him now. And he's like, uh-oh, this could actually be bad. Because up to this point, he was wondering, how do you do it?
This roach attack has been shut down.
He could have sent 3 roaches over there earlier on when he was attacking the third base of Shine. He could have taken that with ease. But now he's suddenly in a position where that might not happen anymore.
I just got that one roach to be annoying. Oh, hey!
Ah, turns around. But the army is now on the way to the top, but the rest of the army for Shine is at the bottom. He evacuates with the drone, at least for now. He wants to trap this army. And here's the attempted fungal, another one, and now he has to fight. He has to fight here. Shine has to fight, and KangHo might have too much.
He might have too much.
But that's
remember the bank, though.
That's definitely a huge bang, and we have a 50 supply lead for Shine still. He could muscle his way through here.
If KangHo loses his fight, this game is over for him. But he looks like he's going to trade okay, and meanwhile this base to the north is killed. This is the problem.
The reinforcements
I would have loved to see spine crawlers at these bases. That's the moral of this story. Spine crawler your base.
But he doesn't have the money. KangHo
Not anymore.
Really had the money to make that happen. And now Shine takes once more a commanding lead. Even though KangHo won the last fight, the reinforcements put the overall supply up to 150 again for the Samsung Khan player. And with the 60 supply, I mean, this has to be finally. There can't be another comeback.
Well, I think everybody right now is wondering who's going to botch the next fight that makes it so that KangHo can come back. This is another one of these moments. It's like, hey, Shine, you can win this game right now. Right now, just walk over there. You know, it's like you get a $100 bill on the table, and your friend's like, you can have it. And he's like, no, I don't know. He's looking at it. And he's like, no, just take it.
There has to be a trick. This is the only mining base that we have. The only mining base that is still in the game for KangHo.
It's not going to be here for much longer if Shine finally decides to man up and kill him.
Units at the bottom center, taking down harvesters at that mining base for Shine. We don't have that on screen now, but the base is being attacked and it might fall.
He needs to fungal every single one of these roaches. He needs like 4 perfect fungals.
It's an 80 supply lead though. 80 supply. How do you come through with a lead like that? With perfect fungals maybe, trapping one side of the army to the left.
Kills a lot of the harvesters, but a nice burrow by Shine means that he recovers most of it and now takes a double supply lead. Again, a little bit too scared to claim his first victim here in the up and down group. This is so strange. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you have this much supply over your opponent, 67 roaches to 27, you can actually just walk over and in the game, you have the bank. If all of his roaches exploded to an arc of rocks, GG. Let's say if all of his roaches got killed by an arc of rocks, he could still just rebuild all of them and kill Lucero. That's how ahead he was.
Guys, we have very interesting situations unfolding in front of us in this group. Effort versus Hurricane is the next game. If Effort wins it and Shine wins his next game, we have a 5-way tie. If Effort wins against Hurricane and Jagchi wins against Shine, then we have Jagchi and KangHo advancing. If on the other hand, Hurricane wins now against Effort, we are in the most crazy scenario that I have seen in quite some time. That would mean that Hurricane advances to the Premier League, KangHo and Effort would be immediately out, and Jagchi and Shine in the last game would play for the final slot for the Premier League. As crazy as it sounds, the player who was 0-2 would not have to hope for a tiebreaker, but would actually play against Jagchi in a last map to determine who would be the second player to advance together with Hurricane. If Hurricane wins his match now against Effort, that is.
There are a lot of ifs, so I'm glad you put it all on the table, because now there's no mystery anymore. Everybody's watching kind of knows exactly what could happen, but we have to watch things unfold.
Yeah.
Gwangali Beach is the map for this Zerg versus Protoss. A very, very interesting map for this matchup, because it's hard to go late game here.
I mean,
it's hard for Hurricane to go late game these days, it seems like.
Let's just say it out flat. Gwangali Beach is a horrible map. It's like, I'm happy that it's not going to be in the pool for too much longer. It's a cool map from a map maker's point of view. It's very funny. It's awesome how much detail they put in it. But for professional gaming, I don't know. Like, no player will actually like say like, yeah, that's the favorite map that I have. I want to play that.
Yeah. Well, Hurricane wants a win here. If Effort wins, of course, it puts us one step closer to that 5-way tie.
The 5-way tie would be crazy. A 5-way tie would be insanity.
That's why we gotta get that 5-player free-for-all map loaded up.
That would be a good... Like, can you imagine if we have a 5-way tie, how long we would be here, and then we go from a 5-way tie into a 3-way tie?
Or a 5-way tie into another 5-way tie?
Ooh, getting ideas here. That would be the perfect